Hello class, today we're going to be going over lesson 6.9, the interior and exterior angles of triangles. So let's start off with two definitions today. The first one, they are about the interior and exterior angles of triangles. So the interior angles of triangles are all of the angles inside of the triangle. And it turns out that these angles will sum up or add up to 180 degrees. So if I have a triangle like this here, we could say this is angle 1, this is angle 2, and this is angle 3. If I add up angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3, then that will just add up to 180 degrees. So all of the angles inside a triangle will add up to 180 degrees. That is our first definition. Our second definition is the exterior angles of triangles. So the exterior angle of a triangle is the angle on the outside or the exterior of the triangle. And it turns out that the exterior angle and the interior angle will pair up and add up to 180 degrees. So let's look at this triangle right here. If I have this triangle and I say that this angle right here is angle 1, this angle on the exterior angle of a triangle, so it's on the outside of the triangle, and this angle on the inside of the triangle right here is angle 2. Notice how these two angles form a straight line, right? And what do we know that two angles that form a straight line are going to add up to? Well, they would indeed be supplementary, or they would add up to 180 degrees. So angle 1 plus angle 2 would equal to 180 degrees. Any interior angle and its exterior angle pair would add up to 180 degrees. All right, if you guys need to get these definitions down here, make sure you're pausing the video. We're going to keep moving forward. So here's some visuals for you guys here. So the one on the left, we can clearly solve for both our x and our y now that we know what our interior angles and our exterior angles will add up to. So let's start with the interior angles here. So notice how I have three angles inside of this triangle. I have 60 degrees, 80 degrees, and y degrees. Since we know two out of the three angles, we can add up those three angles, angle 60 degrees plus the angle that is 80 degrees plus the angle that is y degrees. If we add all three of those angles up, they should be equal to 180 degrees. Or more simply here, 60 plus 80 plus y is equal to 180. Now we just have to solve for y by doing some algebra here. So 60 plus 80 is 140. 140 plus y is equal to 180. And then when I subtract 140 from both sides, we get y is equal to 40. So that means that this angle measurement right here is 40 degrees. Now to find the angle or the measurement of angle x right here, we could do something similar. Notice how the angle with x and the angle with y will both make an interior angle and an exterior angle pair. That means if I add together y plus x, we should get 180 degrees. Well, since I found out y is already 40 degrees, I can substitute that in for y. So I get 40 plus x is equal to 180. And then by simply subtracting 40 from both sides, I get x is equal to 140 degrees. Right here, x is equal to 140 degrees. So that would be how we solve for interior angles and exterior angles. And then notice on set 1 and set 2 over here, these are just all the exterior pairs you have. So notice how an exterior angle, we just extend the side of the triangle a little bit further, and then it becomes the angle we create on the outside. And you could do that for any of the three angles. All of your interior angles would have an exterior angle pair. All right, we're going to get going here to the next slide. Remember to pause if you guys need to get this information down. So we want to find the measurements of our missing angles here. So on this slide here, I have a 40-degree angle, a 112-degree angle, and angle B that we don't know yet. So if I add up all three of those angles, 40 degrees plus 112 degrees plus B degrees, they should add up to 180 degrees. And I would just simply have to do some algebra. 40 plus 112 will give me 152. So I get 152 plus B is equal to 180. And then I'll subtract 152 from both sides. And I'm going to get B is equal to 28, which means this degree right here is 28 degrees. Now for the second triangle over here, we have it a little bit different, but it basically turns out to the same thing here. So again, these three angles are going to add up to 180 degrees. I have 25 degrees, I have 60 degrees, and then I have this little angle right here. You guys may be wondering, it doesn't tell us what that angle measurement is, so how can we solve this problem? Well, notice what type of angle that is, right? Since I have that little box right there, that indicates that this is a right angle. And we know that all right angles have a 90-degree measurement. So whenever you see that little box in the corner, we could know that that is a right triangle and it has degree measure 90. So again, I need to add up these three angles. 90 degrees plus 25 degrees plus C degrees will be equal to 180. And then we're going to get 90 plus 25 will be 115 plus C is equal to 180. And then by subtracting 115 from both sides, we are going to get C is equal to 65 degrees. 65. And that would be how we solve for the missing angle measurement. Alrighty, we got one more example slide here, and then we'll get into some questions. We want to find the measurement of all of the missing angles here. So to start off, we want to find the measurement of, first off, this angle right here and also this angle right here. So since we know we need to find out what two angles inside the triangle are, we can't simply subtract 120 from 180, but we can find out what measure of angle C is by using our interior and exterior angle pairs. So let's call this measurement angle C right here. We'll make it variable C. So since this is an interior angle and it's exterior angle pair, I know that 150 plus C degrees is equal to 180. And then by subtracting 150 from both sides, we'll find out that C is equal to 30 degrees. So this measurement right here is 30 degrees. And now we can go forward and solve this problem. So we have all the interior angles of a triangle here. So if we add them all together, I have 120 degrees plus 30 degrees plus B degrees will be equal to 180 degrees. 30 plus 120 is 150. So 150 plus B is equal to 180 degrees. And by subtracting 150 from both sides, we get B is equal to 30 degrees. And that would be this angle measurement right here. So with two simple algebra equations, we are able to solve for all of the angles inside our triangle. Alrighty, now let's get going to some example problems here, or some questions, all right? All right, so let's look at this question here. We want to find the measurement of the missing angle. So I'd like all of you guys to pause your video and find the measurement of angles. All right, let's see how we did here. All right, so if you took all three of these angle measurements up and you did 40 degrees, remember, since this is a little box right here, it means it is 90 degrees. 40 degrees plus 90 degrees plus C is equal to 180, which means 130 plus C is equal to 180. And by subtracting 130 from both sides, we get C is equal to 50 degrees. So if you chose 50 degrees as your answer, you're absolutely correct. Alrighty, we want you to solve for X in this problem. Solve for X. So I want you guys to pause your video and go ahead and solve for X. Alright, so while solving for X here, if you originally began by trying to find this angle measurement right here, we'll call this measure, how about Y? If you originally tried to solve for Y by doing 64 plus 45 degrees plus Y degrees is equal to 180. Remember, just take all of the angle measurements inside your triangle, sum them up or add them together and get them equal to 180, which means that 60 plus 40 is 100, and 4 plus 5 is 9. 109 plus Y is equal to 180. So by subtracting 109 from both sides, we get Y is equal to 71 degrees. But remember, that's not the angle measurement of angle X, which we were trying to find here. So you would not want to choose 71 degrees for your angle measurement. Now what you have to do is you would have to sum together X plus Y. And since these are interior and exterior angle pairs, we know that X plus Y is going to add up to 180 degrees. Since Y is 71 degrees, we can substitute that in. X plus 71 is equal to 180 degrees. And by subtracting 71 from both sides, we're going to get X is equal to 109. Simply, just like that. All right, so make sure you guys are taking this down as well and taking notes on it. Let's go forward to our next question here. Okay, what is the measurement of the missing angle? All right, so I'll just walk you guys through this one right here. We have 3 angles inside our triangle. So I have 29 degrees plus 61 degrees plus our variable r will add up to 180 degrees. And 29 plus 61 is going to give me 90. So we get 90 plus r is equal to 180 degrees. And by subtracting 90 from both sides, we get r is equal to 90 degrees. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and skip to the last slide here. I would like you guys to write 2 complete sentences about what you learned today. 2 complete sentences about what you learned. All right, everybody, hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please ask me them in class. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. Peace out.